Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 7 Days. It's me, JD Sensei. How we doing, guys? All right, looks like we got what we need. We're gonna go build some more. Should have the knife out now that I think about it. It's always good when I load in. I take it up to the end of the night and load in right from there. Because when I don't do that, I gotta run away from 50,000 screamers. Look, my trees came up. Anyways, welcome back. Again, I'm doing these in a couple of vids at a time during the week, to ease into my days. Because I'm working a lot of days right now and a lot of hours. Super tired from today. Today's my very physical, demanding day. Which I found amusing because, so I use a handheld scanner throughout the day, and for whatever reason, the company decided to throw a fitness app on there. So I picked one up first thing in the morning, first thing, and I started doing what I got to do. So I'm getting ready to leave at the end of my shift, and I pop it up. I'm talking with the supervisor, and I'm like, oh my God, I had 22,681 steps at almost 8 miles. And for whatever reason, 2 flights of stairs, although I probably went up and down that thing like 30 times. I don't know. But yeah, I had done that. And we were joking because a lot of the work I do is under load. I'm carrying like 20 to 30 pound boxes of stuff. So not only did I move 8 miles, but during that 8 miles, I was carrying a lot of weight. This is why I eat whatever I want and don't get super fat. Keeps me in shape, I guess. All right. Let me see what I'm going to need out of here. I don't need the auger at the moment. Take some gas, so and dump this in here. Keep forgetting to do that. That's good enough. 100%. All right. All right. Now we got to finish up doing the flooring, and we got to go back and do an extra layer just for giggles. My God. It's a thing of freaking beauty, I tell you. I brought 5,200 concrete over. So that's a thing. I don't know how much this is really going to matter, but... And don't worry if that I don't have enough concrete. We'll make more. I really got to go on a stone hunt, though. We'll make more, but I got to plan out the central tower. Which isn't going to be much. I just threw it right here. But I wanted to get this all upgraded first, and then we'll figure it out. I remember I do have to put another layer down. I know I missed that one. I'll get to it. Eventually. Sorry, I wasn't talking a lot there. I was just kind of zoned out there for a second. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Wait, why am I not talking to people? Because I'm zoning out. I hope you guys like commenting too. Carl, I believe it was today. Was, we were just, he was just kind of joking, but I'm like, he said the best loot in the game from zombie drop comes from zombies, from cops, lumberjacks, and tree stumps. And I was like, and I literally said that's why tree stumps in 7 Days to Die are best girls, and always will be. Tree stumps are the best drop source in the game, I think. They give way better stuff. I always hit them when I have the option. Ooh, getting near the middle, I know that, because that's roughly where the middle is. There we go. Don't worry about that centerpiece. That was just me trying to figure out where the bottom was. There we go. Almost done. And then we'll see how much concrete we got left. Okay, concrete-wise, that's used about 5,200, about 2,300. All right, I can leave these down, I guess, and just put another layer on, just for giggles. This is just insurance. Oopsie. Okay, this is going to be painful. But once I get this done, I can throw in the final portion. This was just a suggestion somebody gave, so I don't have to worry about breaking through to the ground. Very much. No, I missed one. There we go, and a little bit more here. So I'm going to use most of my concrete up doing this. I would assume almost all of it. God dang it, stop that. I want to hold down the button, but every time I do, it goes in weird places, so. Excuse you? Probably better to just do it up. Ah, man, it's so touchy. I know I brought more with me, too. As I wouldn't be crazy. It's good, too, because by the time I get all these down, they'll be ready to go. The ones underneath should be hardened. I mean, they'll harden up anyways, no matter what. They should, anyways. This is literally just for a little extra strength. And then we're gonna focus on the tower. I don't know if I can swing enough stone. I have a chance of having this ready by Horde Night. I'll definitely have the mines done within the next day or two. I just wanted to build ammo first. It's where I wanted it, right? Yeah. Oof, man, this big ass hole. It's specifically designed this way, though, to add in. I mean, we'll get to see it in action if somebody decides to throw a horde at me. You know, they just decide to go strolling on by, and then we'll get to clean it up. Excuse you? Thank you. Go where I tell you, please. And then I just need to figure out where the centerpiece is. That's roughly the center right there. Roughly. Excuse you. Thank you. Don't be silly, will you? Oh, how did that happen? Give me more. All right, so that was like 120, so that's 1,200 concrete right there. So yeah, I'm going to use most of my concrete putting in the second layer. But again, it was a little bit of advice since if I use TNT, I could have boo-boos happen, you know? I mean, if I really wanted to be a dick, I could just throw down, upgrade them to stainless steel. Not stainless steel, but steel reinforced concrete. Which I might do just for the aesthetic value, but I'll have to go scrounge up all my forged steel that I have. So it takes quite a bit of forged steel to... I think it's 30 per. Hey man, I don't know. We'll take a look at it. Nothing I really got to worry about. Nothing really. It should be one here, one here, one here, and then continue with the 3. And then we'll take a look and see what we got. Some of my videos aren't super exciting, but some are. I could have got away with just a single layer, but I'm like, let's not and say we did. Also, I haven't 100% got my central tower figured out. It could just go really simple. Could. Good. Oh yeah, good. We don't have a ton left to do. Yeah, I'm gonna use all my concrete, or at least 99% of it up. But again, I shouldn't need a ton more to complete this. At least the base portion. There we go. Getting her done, getting her done. Okay. Kind of miffed that nobody's come rolling by up top yet. But I am going to mitigate that little problem. That's what the central tower's for. It'll basically ensure that they can detect me relatively easily. but they won't be able to get to me. Not really. Oh yeah, we're using up all the concrete. Just going by how many frames I've used. Just basically going by how many frames I use. I'm probably not even going to be able to upgrade all these. Also got to figure out what the shortest distance is between walls once I figure out where the center is. And then we'll design the central tower from there up. And that'll dictate how I want to build the tower and how I want to get up and down the tower. I have an idea of how I want to do that, but I have to see if it's feasible. Things. And then I do have one more. I have a couple more ideas for work bases and for at least one more horde base. The next horde base, though, is just going to be super simple because it's something I wanted to try. Because I really want to check the AI pathing, as bad as it is. Oh, who was it? Somebody asked, how do I, because they're used to watching the PC, and they're like, how do you play it like this with so few POIs and stuff like that? It's like, I'm not calling him out or anything. He's respectful about it. I didn't take offense at all. I'm just like, as long as I can keep coming up with interesting things to do, because they remarked that I'm on like day 122. How am I still playing? And I'm like, as long as I can keep coming up with ideas that are fun for me to build, I can stay entertained. I am excited for the newer version, but this just helps me too, because as I come up with these crazy, well, not really crazy, but as I come up with these little plans, this is just the limitations of what I can build and think of with the current version. Why do you give me all those other shapes and sizes and let me do stuff? Because there's some things I wanted to do. Like if you remember the desert base where I wanted to angle the iron frames. I wanted to do that and I couldn't do it because just of the limitations. It just wasn't a way it was allowed to work. Weird, but what they said it could, what they would let work. So I'm fine with it, and I'm excited for the newer stuff. But yeah, I still got ideas for this. So, and don't forget, I was thinking of stuff I wanted to do in the nav map, because although you can't really live in, I mean, you can build in the hub city, but. And it does give you access to cops and stuff like that drop more. But then again, if you play the nav map and you get into like Deersville or something, there's dogs there, so. Early game that might be rough, but as soon as you can start killing dogs, you can get forges relatively easily. I might actually do this stainless steel just because it looks so nice. Is it overkill? Oh, hell yeah. Do I really care at this point? No. Overkill has never been an issue with me. I'll overkill the hell out of stuff. I don't care. I got nothing better to do. They're talking quarter 4 or quarter 1. I'm like, okay, that's a wide ways off. Got a rhythm going there. Almost screwed that one up. Almost, but I didn't. I gotta be running out of concrete. Badly. I'll be able to get quite a bit of concrete too, like 2 or 3 more thousand, even with the limited rock, the stone I have at base. Should be able to get at least that, and I'll bring the auger into the base tonight. Go ham on one of the mining tunnels and get me some more stone. Just go pure stone. Lord knows I got sand ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So these are the long ways. These are the short ways. All right. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. This would be dead center. Roughly, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It looks like 27. So I have 27 is, I want to put it at 14, right? Yeah. Hold on. So I want to go 14. First of all, roughly, that'll put me dead ass center. Swap, please. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about right there. So about right here. Dead center. Yeah, roughly. All right, so for the, then we want to do this. Nope, not there. Give me that. Perfect. Okay. There we go. So, since these are the closer ones, how many is that going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I think that'll work. So I'm going to make a single bridge in when I get to the top. And I don't really care if this is hollow, but I'll probably not make the bottom hollow. Okay. Probably won't. That'd be a bad idea. Okay. All right, so obviously we need a ton of concrete. And I'll give you guys the rundown here. So originally I was thinking to do a, so we'll go up to about, see about right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Like there. Yeah, we'll go like up, maybe 5 or 6. Doesn't really matter. 5 or 6. And then we'll put out 2, just bars all the way around, because we're going to spike up the first 2 just to keep them off it, and the rest is going to be landmines around here. So actually, now I think about it, just take that out of there. Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll put a, I'm going to make a hay bale, now that I think about it. Which is, I could just type it in. That'd be quicker. I think I can make one. Hay bale. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make one of those. There we go. Give me that. Because I am going to put a ladder down here at some point. This will just be to prevent me from falling and killing myself. Okay, so what'll happen is we'll come down here, and I'll probably put a door in down here, so I can just walk out and replace the landmines, or, you know, put out landmines. And then when I get to about this portion right here, I'll just spike it up, leave a door right here. Right, I might even put a frame on top so I don't screw up. But yeah, you can see this way if I fall off, I don't take no damage. But yeah, that's the idea. And then we build a, right up top, do a single pathway to get up and down and in. Mine the whole thing up, and at night, we just put a hatch on it, and close the hatch. And since I'll be out, I'll have to do two on the tower. I'll have to do a roof overhead because they will fall on it because they're dumb like that. What I might do is a sloped roof. That way, if they fall on it, they'll just fall right off. But I don't really care what happens to them. But yeah, it's just going to be like a single pathway, and they walk out there, and it's like, fall down, boom, blow up, and then, you know, whatever's left, I'll shoot them to death. Okay. So for now, I really need to get going here. Grab some goodies. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29. That's a hell of a drop. A 29-foot drop. Roughly, right? And I can combine you two. Okay. And I can boot these out of here for right now. Take this just for laughs. And let me go. Did I leave anything in here? Anything interesting? Not really. But I have some food and water if I get really thirsty. I don't really care about this. Look at that pit of doom. Well, they're going to fall down that. That's going to be fun to watch. Could actually go kind of high on the tower, too. Just so I can look at them and just watch them fall into the hole. I wish there was like a single wide drop bridge we could use. Remember way back when I tried to put the hatch down in between, and it's just no way to make it, you know, to use a hatch like that. It's sad. It's sad. All right, we get some rocks over here. I'll go steal these. And maybe we'll take a wander around. Is there anything interesting around here? There is this down south, so maybe I'll go off-road and do a little exploring down south a little bit. I haven't done a little exploring because I got most of the map exposed. But again, stone is kind of my kryptonite right now. Could just do it on foot. I don't really care. I got the marker there, so I know where it is. I'm not really looting. I am, but I'm not. I'm more interested in the stones. So if I go the direction that looked interesting, I don't know why I chose to go this way. Yeah, this way, straight, roughly this way, southwest. Also, that's a really weird stone right there, isn't it? What is that? Why does it look like that? Why do you look the way you look? Well, you just put a boulder there for no reason? Yes, yep, that's exactly what you did. Okay, interesting layout. You know what? I don't need this or this. I probably do, but I don't. Is this just sand? Yep, sure is. I don't like these, so I'm gonna make that happen. How dare you make it so I can't see? Hey, giant Pinot in the middle of the desert. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Am I going the right way? Roughly. That's an X. I don't need an X. But I do kind of want to see what's in this area over here that's kind of blacked out or grayed out. Got the fog of war. Okay, well, that's something that apparently needed to happen. Also, I want to see if anybody's around, because so far I don't see anybody. It's awfully quiet, game. I like starting the game and just not summon anything for a while. Which, again, is fine when you're, you know, getting ready to leave base and everything. You got any eggs? Got any eggs? No. Suck. You're bad and you should feel bad. Alright, so this is an area I have not explored. So not expecting anything major. It's just a thing here. And I am rolling the dice by not bringing pistols and weapons and guns and stuff, but I don't do that. You know what I might would want to find out, run into is some not so much coal, but the other stuff, nitrous powder. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, but for right now, I'll take the stones I can find. And just a little bit more of the map gets revealed. I'm pretty sure I've got most of the things that matter on the map. At least as far as I'm concerned. How dare that get in my way? More desert. Oh, we knew that was a thing. I do need tons of stone. That's just definitely a thing. Alright, what are we at? 1941? I would say that was a good year, but if you know your history, not really. Depending on which country you were in, most of them didn't have a good year. A couple did. They paid for it in later years, so. But a few had good years. Most did. You're young and you didn't look at a history, that would be World War II. Specifically, America became officially involved December 7th. But the rest of the world was there from like technically, if you go back far enough, about 38, 36 for some countries. Japan was screwing with China at about 36, maybe? I don't. Not 100% on who started whatever, but I know Poland was in trouble in 39. Poland? Probably Poland. Yeah. That was Russia and Germany causing that fracas. They had that little side deal going right there. It's just a big mess. You know, world wars are usually a big mess. I had to actually independently study to understand World War I. How that played out, how it got mired up the way it did. Okay. All right. Not gonna comment on the hit detection. I should, but I won't. All right, we got our first customer. Let's go say hi. Hey there, Bubba. What's going on? I got Twinkies. I lied. I ain't got Twinkies. I got Bowies. They're like Twinkies, except they're knives. Yeah, I did. The two major time periods I spent the most on learning about were World War II, obviously. But the stuff I had to spend the most of my own personal time, because they're either half-assed, they're here's free stuff. most, all right. So for those of you who don't know, the American, at least when I was in school, the way schools were, it was weird. So you'd start off from the American Revolution, right? So say you're in ninth grade, or senior, a freshman in high school, right? So what they did when I was a kid is I don't want to fall down there, do I? Probably not. It's probably a bad idea. If this was Minecraft, it'd be worth it. There might be a old mine down there. Uh, so they'd start off at the American Revolution, get all the way up World War of 1812. They'd roughly get up to just past the Civil War. Then your school year would end, and you go on your vacation, summer vacation. You come back, you start the next year. We start with the American Revolution again. I'm like, what the hell? Rarely would you get to the Industrial Revolution. Rarely. You get to like early 1900s. It always ended up not getting to World War One. So when I started learning on my own and stuff, that's the first thing I went after, World War One, because so much stuff came out of that. It was one of the sad things about humans, if you read history, is a lot of our innovations and stuff come about from conflict. It's just really sad. I mean, it's kind of what happens though. If you just take World War One is where the tanks came from, which I mean, yeah, tanks were terrible, but a lot of the stuff with suspension, diesel-powered engines and stuff is what took us away from steam engines. And it's part of the reason we went full-on combustion engine. And that was the flight. That's when flight became. I mean, they already had flight, and but it was, low grade. But once they figured out you could drop bombs from them or do reconnaissance, and then the peacetime stuff came in out of it too. Okay, I hear you. But yeah, the two wars I keep getting on topic. The two wars I had to do the most on is that and the Korean War, which, for those of you who do not know, is currently still active. A lot of people don't know that, especially in the U.S., that we have been at war and are still at war with North Korea. We've only signed a truce, an armistice. That's it. Never a ceasefire. That's why the DMZ is still guarded. So technically, we have been at war since 1954, or 1949, 1950, when North Korea invaded South Korea. And they pushed them all the way back, man. They pushed them right down to the coast there. And then, what's his name, MacArthur there landed on Incheon and chased them all the way up to the border. And then China threw in their battalions, and and then it basically fought back and forth for 4 or 5 years there, and then ended up on the DMZ. The parallel there. I have also I've also looked into Vietnam, although I actually had relatives that explained a lot of that to me that served in it. And being a former U.S. Marine, believe me, you get drilled. That's the most recent, at the time I was in, that had been the most recent full-scale war. So, kind of dating myself there, but so that was what they were focused on. Okay, I know I hit that one. But yeah, I had to do a lot of independent research on a lot of that stuff, which turned out good for me because I like reading history and stuff. Historically, my favorite time period to read about is the one that my family. I think if you could be born in any time period within 100 years of your own and picked, people have asked me that. And I was like, probably the late 50s, early 60s for me. I don't know. That's just kind of, as an American, that's kind of when we had it going on. I think you didn't have the lunacy of the 60s and 70s and all the crazy stuff that happened. You didn't. You had other crazy stuff. You had atomic fears and all sorts of weird stuff. But the way the family culture was growing up. Now, this is obviously not for everybody. Other people had it different. You know, that's for me. Anybody who's seen me knows that, you know, just think about it. I mean, I got friends that would have not liked living in the 70s because of the certain aspects that were going on in the 60s and 50s and 60s. And then, you know, we have a lot more freedoms nowadays, just saying. But I'm just talking the basic overall, culture from them. Like, I have friends that said the Roaring 20s. You can understand that. My grandmother was from that time period. Doing the Charleston. She had the dresses that show us pictures and stuff like that. Different strokes for different folks. I'm just going by the idyllic, what it's painted as, not what actually happened. I mean, you go back to any generation, to any decade, and even though like the 80s or the 90s, people are like, oh yeah, that was the best. It's like, yeah, but I can find some crap that was messed up there. Like one of the things a lot of people will do is, for the inflation that's going on right now, to do a picture of a housewife with, look at all this, a full shopping cart for like $20. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It was $20. A loaf of bread was a nickel and stuff like that. But bro, you weren't bringing home 20 an hour. Not even close. I've had great grandparents and stuff telling me, yeah, we worked for like $10 a week, but you could live on that easily. And because it say like I had a receipt. One of my older cousins he got a Atari 2600. They had the receipt. It was $167.99. If you adjust that for inflation, I forget what it is, but it came out to like $599 US dollars, adjusted for inflation, and that was in the 70s. And there's another one. People are like, oh yeah, the 70s were great. Okay, yeah, they were great. Okay, you had the Vietnam War. You had the worst gasoline crisis in U.S. history. Like, people backed up for miles waiting 5 and 6 hours in line for gas. Other than that, they were fine. Even the kids from the 2000s, which frightens me when I think about like people that were born in 2000s or just now hitting age. But they're especially like would that make them early or late millennials? I forget. But they would talk about Y2K, and I was like, I don't remember that. I remember not giving a crap about it either, because I thought at the time, I was old enough to understand how computers and stuff worked, and I just couldn't wrap my head around all the news and stuff talking about, oh no, the computers are not going to be able to do the extra digit. And I'm like, are you people stupid? Which it's the media. They've been stupid for years. But they were doing all the fear mongering. So I guess we can continue this in another episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is JD Sensei. This is 7 Days to Die. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I will catch you all in my next vid. Bye now.